Steve, a new championship and a new captain. Why is Jamie George the right man to lead England?
Yeah, well, I think that we're blessed to have lots of leaders within this team. There's lots of options of people to take the captaincy and lead. I think Jamie's the right person. One, because he's a phenomenal player. I think, secondly, his personality, his approachability, his ability to build relationships with people, he's superb. And I think thirdly, I think he has a really good tactical understanding of the game, and I think that blend makes him the right person. This is now also very clear is that a lot's talked about the captain, quite rightly. You always need the leaders around the captain. It's a team effort, and I think we've got a lot of leaders around him with Ellis Genge, Joe Marler, Maro Itoje, just to name a few. I think we've got a great group there.
You obviously finished third in the World Cup. You yourself is your second championship. Do you feel more settled in the role?
I think that as you move on 12 months further forward, I know more about the players now than I did, effectively at that point coming in at Christmas into the championship, and then trying to understand where the team was at, what had been happening, the players that I didn't know. That was to get hold of a lot of information very fast. I think it's slightly different now. I also think that there's some things that are similar in that England's performance in the Six Nations Championship has not been the required standard for a number of seasons now. This goes back, the last 6 years we won 50% of games in the Championship. Now, so in a sense of 12 months on, I know more about the players. I think the Premiership as a competition has changed. I think it's moved forward in certain elements, and you can see the English team's competitiveness in Europe. What we're determined to do is to make sure that we improve our performance within the Championship.
Talked about your squad there, 7 debutants, but also you've lost some good experienced players, the likes of Ben Youngs, Courtney Laws. Are you happy you've got the blend right this time?
Yeah, and I think that's always important to have that blend. I know as you reflect through your playing career and coaching career, the importance of having that experience in a team is vital, whilst also ensuring that you're bringing through young players at the right time, at the right speed. There was a load of players that have earned the opportunity in this England squad, and I think it's an exciting group. You look at the likes of Manny Fewabose, you look at those young guys, the likes of the way Tommy Freeman has been playing, and then you guys that have been around for a while. Henry Slade has been playing superbly. So I think there's a group here that have been playing very good rugby.
The way Henry Slade's been playing, you couldn't not pick him, surely?
I think as you look at the ability to handle pressure, 3 or 4 times this season he's been handed the responsibility of taking the match-winning goal, and he's kicked it. And not just that, he scored match-winning tries as well. And he's an experienced international, and to have him come back into this group's, I'm really looking forward to having him back in.
And Favour Subo there, do you think he can go from Exeter and playing well up to the next stage? It's going to be difficult, but plenty of talent anyway to work with.
Absolutely, and I think that you can see how quickly he has developed in a short period of time at Exeter, which is immense credit to the programme Exeter and also to Manny. Strikes me as a player who is hungry to learn, hungry to get better, and I think and having players like that in our squad, it rubs off on everybody else.
Last 2 from me. What type of England can we expect to see in the next couple of months? More attacking, or are you happy with the brand you're playing?
Well, I think as you look at it now, what do we want to expect from England is a team that plays and fights for every little bit of ground and finds a way to win. Now, that is a core foundation, as a building of where you are as a team. That's really important, and that's been an important aspect to grow within this team over the last 12 months. And I think as you turn around a team, that's really important to do it. In terms of style of play, well, we've got to find a style of play that ensures you get the results. Now, you look at the way the top 2 kicking teams in the world over the last few years are Ireland and France, and they've been sitting number 1 and 2 in the world rankings for a long period of time over the last number of years. You start looking at last year's Six Nations Championship, the way the game is right now, and digging into this is that 14 of the 15 games were won by a team that kicked. So until what we want to do is we want to involve our game. There's no doubt about that. I think there are some other aspects around the shape of the game that need to be addressed in due course.
Finally, if you're sitting down in a couple of months' time, what do you see as a success in this championship? You've said the last couple of years haven't been good enough for England in the Six Nations. What do you see? Is it as simple as win the championship, or what do you think?
Well, I think as outlined is that foundation of the team, the way this team competes, the way we bring those young players into the group and understand what it means representing the England team, what are the behaviours that are required, what is the way you go about when you're representing the England team, so that this team finds a way to win. And that's consistently what I've spoken about. At the same point in time, we want to evolve our game and we want to make sure there's progress. And as we near the start of the championship, and I know we're sat here today at this launch event, very clear that the players' focus is going to be on playing against Italy in round 1, and that's the main thing. We play against Italy round 1 and then we move on to the next game, and that's the way you have to attack this tournament.
Great stuff. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.